So, I did that bearing replacement last weekend.
Yep.
Did you work on the front end yet?
No, that's
Okay.
this weekend.
Okay.
Tomorrow, when I get back from Myers, I'll nose into the garage, get the heat fired up, and go inside for a while until it gets warm. But, so, working on the back end, getting, like, did the driver's side first. And, boy, that was a struggle. Started working on it, and I was following some video, like, start with an 1/8" drill bit to get the main part of the screw out. And then I was getting no progress. So I was like, I'll just try the 1/4. And I'm drilling, and I'm past the rotor, but the head hasn't come off yet. And then I got to thinking, I don't give a fuck about any of these parts. So I jumped up a size, just get the damn thing out and tear it all apart. Then realized that that was Sunday morning. Then realized at 8 in the morning that I don't have the tool to compress the rotor because I had left it here. Ty gets more use out of it than I do. So I had to wait until 10:30 noon till he woke up.
Shit, you only got a 3-hour window on Sunday from noon to 3 p.m. when he goes back to bed.
So come back down here,
fuck
grab
yeah.
that, head back down, get that tightened, get that done. Driver or passenger side, that rotor set screw just came right out, no struggles. Oh, by the way, the torque spec on our cars is for the rear hub.
Oh, the bolt.
main
That's the main bolt.
M18 triple square is 148 foot-pounds
That's about right.
plus 180 degrees. I could only get it to 90 degrees at the end of a 2-foot breaker bar in my entire body weight. 90 degrees is all I
The
managed to
breaker
get.
bar that held that.
Wait a minute.
Oh, it was
140 plus 180 or
148.
reverse 180?
No, 148
No,
plus
setting the preload on the bearings.
Oh yeah.
plus 180, but I can only get to 90. So heads up when you do yours.
He
You're
won't
gonna
own the
put some-
car.
Huh?
Said he won't own the car that long enough.
No, he's bougie. He'll just sell it.
I was gonna
He'll,
say.
I thought
There's
about
no
selling
worth
it.
in it.
he'll pay a mechanic.
It's kind of like head gaskets on an LS.
I actually like doing the brakes and the wheel bearings on cars. I don't know why.
But
That's-
yeah,
I like
Fuck
doing.
that.
That's why when I was over that other day, I was all fucking gung ho to tear it up, right? But nope. Well, he was pissed off and in a pissy mood, so he didn't want to do it.
well, I'm doing fronts tomorrow, so you're more than welcome to help out with that.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna get on my fucking nerves.
Nah,
It's a lot more going on.
it's supposed to be warm. We can do it here.
Or I'll just run heat and I'll sweat to death like I did last weekend.
I was sweating up putting that
Sweating to
fucking.
the oldies.
It was 70-something degrees in the garage when I finally got done
Shit.
and cut it all off.
That's just getting comfortable.
No.
For you, maybe.
We're like a 65-degree good working weather here. All right, Liberty and Lead.
55.
Keep it local. Keep it cash. Tell the feds to kiss your ass. I'm Ty.
I'm Moo.
I'm Trigger.
Back at it. I don't have any real issues with anything right now. I just need to change the oil in my car. That's an easy one.
I gotta do that too. So, you guys are gonna buy a Dodge anytime soon?
Negative.
You sure?
I don't know.
Or not Dodge, sorry, Jeep,
Oh,
Negative.
fuck no.
the other Stellantis brand. Didn't you hear about the latest thing?
They've got a lot of problems lately. A lot of
No.
They're
problems.
nothing but problems, ever.
They've added a problem intentionally. There are
The
ads.
burning oil problem?
No. They run ads when you're stopped in traffic.
Oh, I did see that.
On the infotainment system, they run ads.
Every time you stop, they're trying to sell you a new product for that Jeep on the
Ads
screen.
promoting the Flex Care Extended Care Premium plans. Yeah, so every time you stop, pops up an ad. It's like, hey, do you want to spend some more money?
Well, they're claiming that they didn't know anything about it.
Okay.
Yeah, my ass. Right. So, anywho,
So
Then
that's
who the fuck okayed it?
the
somebody
guy
hacked
that
it.
says they didn't know about it.
Yeah, right.
How long until we have cars that detect your change and just tries to blackmail you? Oh, emissions aren't quite in spec. You could pay me or I'll tell the authorities.
some hacker on some, yeah. It's not.
No,
I bet-
Stellantis. I could see Stellantis doing that.
Well, since
That French company.
their biggest sellers, the Cummins engine, those new 4th gen Cummins aren't worth a shit right now either. The EGR systems on those are bad. Anywho, car stuff. We're coming into. I can't wait for the fucking cold weather to be over with. I'm sick of it. I'm ready to start complaining about the heat. So,
Yeah.
are you gonna paint that car this year? You got everything to do it, right?
Except for the paint. I didn't want the paint sitting, so I haven't ordered the paint.
I get that.
When I get close to it, I'll order the paint, but I don't want to order the freaking paint, spend the money, and have it sit for a year if shit doesn't go out, or 2 years if shit doesn't go as planned. I want the freshest paint possible.
All right. Ross is next door. He'll paint it for you.
I ain't got time money.
I don't have time. I don't have time money. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Maybe
I
you should
think
try
you do.
working.
I worked yesterday.
Did you?
I
Wow.
worked 4
One day this
days,
week.
but I did leave a love letter in my tractor saying, "Please don't write this up for anything. Thanks." Ridiculous morons. Did you hear anything about that?
Trigger's a bad mechanic. What?
They wrote it up for a loud fan and a cigarette lighter didn't work. Cigarette lighters worked. They're not doing a damn thing about the fan.
I got a truck question for you.
Okay.
We had a truck written up. According to the driver, minutes after he left the yard, right side of the tractor locked up at 45. He's doing 45, said the right side of the truck locked up. Minutes out of the terminal. I don't.
The right side both?
I don't know. It
Couldn't
just said
have been.
right side. Even
They're-
if it was just the drives, why would one side lock up?
Seriously?
He limped it back, so
Rear end, wheel end bearing, axle shaft. We had one down somewhere around Chirac that he was running 65 mile an hour down the expressway with a set of doubles. Left rear wheel locked. He saved it, kept it upright. But I watched the video, everything. He was friggin',
Whipping around.
and I bet he was going 4 or 5 lanes of traffic, and he was using all of it.
but kept it upright. That's what matters.
Yep.
And these days, it's pretty easy to get fired for something like that. Even, no matter if it's their fault or not.
But found out it was a mechanical failure in the rear end. Caused the left rear wheel to frickin' lock. Another thing could be with the modulator valves. If he broke traction at some point, taken off during a shift, whatever, might have sensed that traction. The modulator's valves, depending on make and model of truck and modulator valve.
Cascadia.
Okay, so it would be a Bendix. Okay, common for modulator valve to apply during a traction control event and not unlock the wheel. It won't dump the air pressure, and it'll stay locked, and it'll freaking just lock right up until you come to a complete stop, back up a little bit, and drive again without full power or without trying to break traction again.
I wonder if that's how he got it back, because he was doing 45 and somehow got it back. Either way, it just threw me off because he took someone else's truck and then proceeded to break it.
Yeah, I had to take my bid truck, and I broke that. I don't know if I broke it or what happened. Fifth wheel, you know, they got some slider fifth wheels. The pins were retracted, frozen up. Everything's fine. For like, I don't know, a handful of stops. I hit a dock. I felt funny.
Somebody used it in the road the other night and brought it back, dropped it off at the shop. Wednesday night.
Really?
That's that variable aerodynamic fifth
Check
wheel.
engine light. The exhaust smell in the cab.
Oh, so modern truck with emissions gear.
Mm-hmm.
So that sliding fifth wheel, when it's unlocked like that, is your adjustable aerodynamics when you're driving.
Yeah. I hit a second dock and I felt it again. And I'm like, all right, there's the... And I've had, years ago, for a different company, I had the kingpin on the trailer. Came loose, and it was in there moving around. Mike could probably remember that.
We had that one fall out. The road driver drove it all the way back from Chirac. Unhooked it, and the kingpin fell out.
Judas Priest.
Well, you know, he's taking those turns real gentle then. If it stayed on the plate.
No kidding. But I hit that dock and felt it, and I got out, and I'm like, all right, I got to figure out what's going on. And first thing I noticed was those pins were retracted. I'm like, what the hell happened here? So I nursed it back and
adjusted at some point.
I couldn't get it back in.
No,
I never touched
it to get the fingers in, and then
never touched it. I nursed it back to the shop, and he sledgehammered the fucking pins back into place and said, "No, you're good to go." And I'm like, "No, I'm gonna take my truck. Now you're done with it."
I had a driver yesterday. Park a truck out in the lot, walking back, and he's like, "Is this trailer too close to the truck?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't drive them for a living. You're a professional truck driver. Is it going to hit the cab? Well, I don't know. Well, neither do I.
You should probably know that before you do anything with it.
And I'm like, I get paid to fix what you guys fuck up. Not my problem. And he hemmed and hawed. I don't want to hit the cab. Well, I don't want you to hit the cab either.
Was he a seasoned veteran or an idiot?
Idiot.
Okay.
that's about half a truck driver.
Was the skin...
We're just not going to talk about that part.
Okay. 10-4.
I think you like sheep.
Nay. No. Sorry, I'm not paying attention.
That's my dad.
Either way. Yeah. That irritated me. Like, beats the fuck out of me if it's in place. Is he going to hit the cab? Well, I don't know. Well, neither do I.
Judas Priest.
You're the driver.
One of our buddies here on the show, he's going to start a new job Monday. I hope the best for him. I'm glad he got out of what he was doing. He was a garbage guy. And that was great for him. The shift was great for him. But they changed a couple things, and the company itself changed a few things, and it turned to trash, ironically enough. And I hope he's got... I'd love him to come back, but we just don't have the work. We figure some shit out and get busy.
We got a guy that commutes from Belding. He can kick it with us. He ain't gonna like the way he starts though.
Not that. No, he wouldn't do that. That's too tough on him.
Dude, we don't have enough freaking business right now.
It's crazy.
Every day there's 18 to 22 trucks sitting out of 65.
Yeah, we're running 45 guys a day. 42 to 45 guys a day.
That would be 22 trucks sitting every day.
When we have all the trucks in service, we have 7 drivers and 13 trucks.
We have 66 or 67 trucks.
But then this wave comes through and trucks start breaking for random reasons, and then all of a sudden we have 0 spare trucks to use.
No matter where I've worked or noticed, that seems to be a common theme. You guys get caught up, everything's golden, but once one breaks, it's a domino effect, and all of a sudden you got 10 things down, 20 things down.
Tuesday.
And some of them are major, some of them are just something stupid.
Tuesday I had 4 trucks in the shop, 1 at a vendor.
That's a light number. I feel like
5
that's
trucks out of service. There was nothing outside against the curb. Yesterday, there was 7 trucks in the shop, 1 at the vendor, and 7 against the curb. Yesterday. 2 days' time, we went from 5 trucks to 14 trucks.
Do you notice things break down or have shop-related issues the colder it gets, or is it just kind of the same theme around the year?
I notice certain issues in the cold.
Like batteries and wiring, or
No.
I feel like batteries would wear out.
Wiring a lot with salt,
Damn it.
road grime, wet weather. But we have more idle time emissions issues in the wintertime because the engines aren't staying warm enough, aren't warming up, aren't getting run up to temperature, aren't getting the shit beat out of them. But summertime we have more bearing failures, tire failures, cooling system failures from heating up. So it just depends. But
Oh, that's
Sorry,
what
I'm
we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. I was listening, and
You want to see a great truck inspection?
this one where he says, "Watch your head."
Yeah. Among other things, Ty, I
Okay.
don't think you've seen this one.
I think I have.
Watch your head when you come down.
Uh-huh.
Hit your head.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Endurance
I first
transmission,
time here.
Be good for you.
disc brake.
Hey, keep an eye on this, okay? You're starting to
Oh,
leak
wow.
some. You're starting to. I believe it's brake fluid.
Uh-huh.
You need to watch that because if that brake fluid starts to get on the disc brake, it's going to be out of service. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So next time you come to the truck stop, have them take a look
But
at
you
that.
think it's
It looks like brake fluid to me.
For those that don't know, they're air brakes.
Yeah.
It could be axle
Gear-
seal,
It's gear oil from a wheel seal.
the wheel seal.
No,
But-
the inspector clearly said
The inspector's a fucking douchebag.
it's brake fluid.
He needs to
clearly.
go back to writing parking tickets.
I don't even know if he could.
I don't think he's qualified for that.
I'm thinking he's.
He's out of his depth in that job.
It could be just. It could be just wet slush sitting there, but it's not. The one thing it's not is brake fluid.
Yeah.
It's on a semi.
You didn't see
I
that
mean,
the
you
other
can
day?
see the fucking air chambers.
I'm well.
It's not like it had hydraulic brakes on a straight
Looks like-
truck.
That being said, they do exist. There's juice brakes on some heavy trucks. They're super rare. It's usually older.
There's usually straight trucks, like moving trucks.
Yep.
That type of shit.
And they have the e-brake is right here in the middle.
Yup.
Yeah. A little bit of brake fluid.
However, this is not one of those cases. This is
This is a semi.
This is a guy that I bet before he got out of his freaking cruiser, he ate the whole fucking box of crayons.
and donuts.
I just...
No, it's like
No. How would you feel if, where you work, you found out one of the trucks was down for leaking brake fluid?
you guys are.
I tell you what, I had a
I'd like to meet the cop that wrote this ticket.
a seasoned veteran road driver
That doesn't mean a whole lot.
write up probably one of the least understandable complaints.
Oh, so probably not porn stash.
No. This guy, I don't know this person very well. I know he's been driving for a long time, but I don't know him very well. But he wrote his truck up for blinker not blinking when blinker not blinking.
Blinky thing not blinking. Really?
Yep.
What does that mean?
Dude, it took me an hour and a half
Those
to
guys-
figure it the fuck out.
Those guys get really sleepy. Maybe I got to come up with an excuse for these guys.
They're blinking.
You guys are noticing the actual issue of no brake fluid exists on that. I'm checking out the dude's badass flashlight.
All that money on a flashlight still doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing.
You still can't
for
afford
work.
brains. All right.
Obviously, I also bet he carries a Glock. Sure as hell, he got no brains.
Do you think
There's
they
a lot
really
of Glock
trust-
support out there.
Do you really think they trust DOT cops with guns? They're the ones who couldn't make it to become a real
Shouldn't trust him.
Taser,
Shouldn't
taser,
trust him with a
taser.
damn flashlight. Find brake fluid on a air brake system.
More car news. Metro Cruise guy called me yesterday or 2 days ago.
I don't know if you wanted your spots.
Yep. So if anybody listening has cool cars, wants those, just get a hold of me. I'll give you his number, and you can have a
And
parking
just
spot.
for the record, people, Corvettes are not cool cars.
Says the guy with 3 less cubes.
Then who?
Moo.
Then you?
Then moo.
Then you?
Then moo.
Then you?
What do we got? What
What
do
you
we got?
running your double barrel cocksucker for?
Says I got a 400 and you got a 302.
Okay, and my 302 keeps up with your 400, doesn't it? Oh yeah.
Nobody's ever
Any
seen it.
fucking day of
Has
the week,
anybody
buddy.
seen it? Anybody seen it?
Yes. Yes, actually.
Well, hold on.
I
Wait,
can
wait,
get the video,
wait,
buddy.
wait, wait. I think your 302 keeps up with the way that old lady drives.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
That,
So what's
that
your
remi-
excuse of why my 3 less cubes beats the fucking bloody hell out of your 3?
Have you two ever actually raced though?
Because I know that T5 can't handle it.
Ain't no
T5
shit.
in your car or the T5 in my car?
T5 in mine.
Oh,
No, his
T5 can't handle it.
his clutch is kind of wonky.
Yeah.
You can tell by every time he shifts. Sounds like cereal.
Need to get that kit. It's been sitting on a shelf. I just need to get it in.
That's gonna be a job because you said that track bar's got to come out. Oh,
that's okay. I'm going to buy a different transmission for my car.
Well, I have to eventually. The TKO, because again, the T5 can't handle a whole lot. It's good for Mustangs. Don't worry.
It's good for Mustangs.
Back to the Metro Cruise thing. I like Metro Cruise, but I don't like sitting there all day.
Take your mud truck
You know what? I should call Don and see if he wants it.
so we can show off that horrendously ugly Bronco.
No. Google Harley.
Oh,
Oh,
If it's
he's
ever
well.
back together.
So I don't know if you guys have talked to him at all, but he's that bike's sitting in some shop and it's getting a complete redone, new color, new everything. So it's gonna be.
hopefully
New
getting rid of the
wiring?
nightmares.
New wiring harness?
It should be. Sounds like top to bottom setup.
Good. That bike fucking sucked when it was here.
I can't deny that. He's
Did
got
you look
an
at the
exuberant
wiring?
amount of money to fucking dump into it.
Did you look at the wiring in that thing? Came
Did
out.
you see the video?
I've never.
Came out of the fuse block as like brown, went through a splice into brown, went through another splice immediately into blue. How
No,
are you
I have-
supposed to chase any wire in that truck?
There were no butt splices. There were no soldering. Moody, we took video, and Moody just goes like this with one of the wires, and we're like, "Oh,
Oh,
fuck!"
it was poorly done.
It was
I don't think I've
bad.
ever walked within 20 feet of that bike.
Because of the oil spill.
You slip and
That,
fall.
I just-
Well, hold on. The worst
I have
thing
no
about
interest in it.
the worst thing about that bike wasn't even the wiring. It was when you found there was only 2 trans bolts holding it to the engine.
So a Baker transmission, whatever, Harley transmission, the 6 speeds, 5
Yeah.
speeds.
The right
They're
side
bolted
drive.
to the engine with 4 big 3/8 bolts. 2 of them were completely missing. One was completely loose, but it couldn't fall out because it wasn't coming out. And 1 bolt was holding it together. I tightened the one down. I dragged his ass to Menards so we could buy more bolts. We put it together. He took off with it. And he took it to somebody, and then he had more bolts put in it, new ones. I'm like, these are grade 5 bolts. They're going to hold it. They're just fine, but he wanted,
shiny
You want
Harley.
an OEM Harley bolts?
I think so. I think that's what he wanted. So,
$50 a bolt.
yeah. I'm like, yeah, grade
Free
5.
covered in oil.
Well, if they weren't from the factory, they are now.
Harleys just rattle. they just rattle, and everything's going to come loose, especially if it's not from factory torqued and stretched out, whatever.
I'm
But
surprised the Harley guys haven't started the idea that safety wire on all their bolts looks really cool.
after the fact, it looked really necessity, like a real necessity. Anyway,
You guys want to get higher blood pressure?
You're going to do it anyway, so might as well.
Well, no.
Tori said we're swearing too much, so you're really going to set us off,
Who?
Tori.
Kemp?
Yeah.
We can
Seriously?
push off the blood pressure if you want.
No, let's go. We'll just try to thin it down a little bit.
Yeah, just
Who the hell's he?
He
spray
listens.
tan.
Oh, he knows.
That's fun. All right.
I would invite our guests, our family, to come and join me for a moment, especially the members of the Lone Star Royal Court, the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, and members of the Bears. If you are with us this morning, would you just come and join me up the front? And ask our clergy to come down to the front.
Oh, we're almost
For any-
done. We're almost done. You're gonna have to tune in, or actually, hit me up on Insta or Facebook. I'll send you this video,
But YouTube or one of the others, yeah,
or
we're
reach out.
yep, because you got to see this video.
I don't know about you, but sometimes as Cathedral of Hope, I think we forget just how queer we are.
So before I seen anything, what caught my ear was the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do we got, porn stars? And then I seen it.
I was looking at the female with the Elmer's glue
Glitter beard.
glitter beard that
Well, so remember last
kids used
week?
to do in like
Well-
kindergarten.
She was definitely not leaving any blow for anyone else. You see the size of her honker? Man, that thing was...
So last week we watched that one, the people showing up to the city council meeting, and the one lady saying something about being in drag and getting glitter, doing glitter and all that. I think they're using glitter to make a beard, which is the most woman thing you can do, to use glitter to make a beard while they're trying to pretend to be a man.
I was
Those
thinking
weren't
we ought to
even-
start trying to do that bedazzle thing with the hot glue and
You gonna help out with it?
It's like they're...
They want you to pay attention to them. It's a
almost
call
a-
for help. It's a call for attention.
Cry for attention.
That's all it is. They say
It's so bad.
My identity. They just want you to pay attention to them. They were
And it's so bad to say, but we have seen better queers in real life. These ones, it's like they phoned it in. They're trying way too hard. I don't know what it is. I don't know the dog costume that is crawling around on the floor, and the guy's like, "Come on, buddy," with the ugly bearded lady next to him.
you just hurt his feelings.
well,
But
good
dude,
thing we're not in
the actual
UK.
makeup and the actual costumes, we've seen better than that.
Oh, on Halloween, most definitely.
This is so bad. This is so thrown together. I almost feel like it's staged.
Stage.
They found all the freaks they could.
Oh, they definitely
It must
did.
be in
Oh, they didn't
Austin.
find all of them. There's lots more they could find.
Well,
I mean, just
this
check
must
Facebook.
be-
I'm learning Facebook is everything that you two have advertised to me. Facebook is exactly that. It is trash.
Tried to tell you.
I know.
But there is one saving grace for Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, I got to see what that lady said about my couch.
Since we're kind of on that path, Ty.
What is the weirdest thing about conservatives?
That they're brainwashed, they're all cultish.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's something you agree with conservatives on?
Not a damn thing anymore.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Can't name one?
Guy with a beard
Immigration,
painted
free
red, white
speech, First,
face,
Second
and wearing
Amendment?
a dress.
First and Second Amendment, sure.
Okay. All right, so we have some agreement. What is the weirdest thing about
The weirdest thing about conservatives.
This guy's got a painted face, rainbow, everything.
Rainbow. What do you even call that? Fucking.
It's like an ascot, but not. I don't know.
No, the ass is a little bit above that. Red painted beard, some black headdress, white face with.
Green and blue freaking eyeshadow.
He's got a real bozo thing going on. He's got a lot of color there.
Well, I mean.
Oh, is that Yucko the Clown?
No. But he's funny.
Well, let's be honest.
I love that guy.
This guy is a clown.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. What does that say on the. What does that say? Scruffy City Sisters? Oh,
Yeah.
nice. What's that other thing? Love wins.
I did read that one, but that's the only other one I can make out.
There was
That's-
another one that was pretty positive.
But again, it's a fucking freak show out there.
Yeah, people are. There's a lot of people that are going out of their way to express themselves in extravagant ways so people will pay attention to them. Like Ty.
Yeah.
With
What does this thing say?
the rainbow one. Oh, that
No,
one.
I see love wins. I see, but the something
card?
something
It's-
something
it's
city
Scruffy
sisters.
City,
Yeah, absolutely.
Scruffy
And
City
what's-
Sisters. That's what we were
Scruffy
just,
City Sisters. Okay.
That's what we were just zoomed in on.
Okay.
Come on.
Is this guy dressed up as a dog just to debate him?
Probably.
Probably.
There you go, Ty.
Scruffy City Sisters.
What did this guy take to become? How do you go from a big beer belly, bearded, looking like you probably
Well, dude,
cut wood on the weekend, but then all of a sudden he dresses up like he took something or somebody drugged him.
I'll take it a step further. Look
The
at
dress?
that hand.
He's painted. Somehow he got painted.
No, look at the size of that dude's hand. That's a huge dude's hand.
What sticks out to me is the other guy's got a gay handshake. Sorry, this woman thinks if she wants to my couch.
You guys want to talk about a conspiracy?
Let's
That's,
go.
25 years too late.
Shit.
Maybe not
25?
everything is true that you've heard about me.
On the morning of April 19, 1995, a decorated Gulf War combat vet blew up the federal building in Oklahoma City using a truck bomb that he didn't build in a Ryder truck that he didn't rent with the help of a passenger who didn't exist. Having just gotten away with the largest act of terrorism on U.S. soil to date, the Fort Bragg-trained Special Forces Sheep Drip Dropout blended in with the crowd by making his getaway in a car without a license plate and was immediately pulled over. The ATF was the supposed target of the attack, but luckily all of their agents were out of the office that morning. Later that day, the president boldly declared,
We will find the people who did this.
and
When we do, justice will be swift, certain, and severe.
except for
John Doe number 2.
John Doe number 2.
John Doe number 2.
who, according to the FBI, never existed. In McVeigh's unprecedented 3.5-week trial, the prosecution didn't show the CCTV footage of him and John Doe number 2 parking the Ryder truck. Didn't explain why 24 separate witnesses mass hallucinated the existence of John Doe number 2. Didn't explain why the government was testing truck bombs and the army was storing Ryder trucks at Camp Gruber right before the bombing. And didn't talk to the FBI informants who blew the whistle on the plot. But they did collaborate with the CIA, and they did convict McVeigh as the lone wolf bomber and Terry Nichols as his bomb-constructing accomplice. Still, a bunch of crazy conspiracy theorists, including 300 bombing victims, insist on talking about facts and evidence and refuse to simply believe what they've been told a million times by people in tailored suits with well-coiffed hair. They quote the U.S. Army Brigadier General and the FBI crime lab whistleblower and the inventor of the neutron bomb who point out the physical...
Maybe not everything is true.
Yeah, so I came across that today.
I seen it a couple days ago, the exact same one. The second guy. That's the big thing. The second guy, their second, what do you want to call him?
Second bomber.
Yeah. Why can't they find him?
They don't want to.
Exactly.
CIA. Now, they're declassifying JFK, RFK Sr., and MLK assassination records. Can we declassify this one next? Because you know all that stuff's in evidence somewhere. Let's find out who the other part of it was. Because you know they're probably part of the CIA.
Somebody was saying that they had the Epstein list on their desk today. They were waiting for permission to air it.
Oh, really? Who's got to give permission?
Cash.
Trump? Cash? Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be.
I think they
in,
said they were waiting for Trump's permission
Really, I mean,
to say cut it loose.
they probably studying that list and seeing. I wonder if they'll. Do you think they'll edit names out of it, or will they give us the full list?
Chances are, whoever releases it is going to edit out some names because he's going to want to cover for his buddies, which is a real shitty thing to do, regardless of who's on the list.
Well, we know Clinton's on there. We know who's the Microsoft guy.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates is on there.
Stephen Hawking.
You know, how much damage could he do though?
Sure as hell wasn't knocking the bottom out of anything.
Oh, yes.
You said that wrong.
I mean, could he could use his hands, right?
Barely.
I think
Like-
most of this shit was voice.
Voice. Okay, I don't know.
No, it wasn't voice. It was, I think, eye movement for a lot of it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he could speak. I think he had to use a computer for everything.
What was his ailment? I don't remember.
Oh,
I read about it one time.
Yeah,
That's about it.
I feel like I've known and I've already forgotten.
let's see. Stephen Hawking. Hawking disease.
So I talked to Mikey the other day. You walked out of the one room, what we call the pod,
Oh,
and he talked to me for a minute, and he was telling me about how some young kid passed his wife in the driveway while they were loading up the school bus. Did he tell you that story?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. I think he did the right thing. Well, kudos to Mikey.
ALS. At 21, he was diagnosed with ALS.
But he lived how long? Because
He's still alive.
No, he's dead.
he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
He's dead. That I know.
He died in 21.
2018.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Born in 42, died in 2018. Had ALS to his 21.
That's a long time to live with ALS, because I think that most people with ALS diminish.
About 8 years.
Is that okay? That's normal running date. Okay. I know a handful of people that have ALS or died from it. I know.
one. Lou Gehrig.
Yeah. Do you remember Peter? He's
I was
got it.
thinking about that.
He's got it.
Well, so the question came up once about that guy. Is he just wasted all the time? Because I swear he's always slurring when he's on the phone. No.
It's just, dude. He worked there for over 40 years. It's a sad deal. He was every. I feel bad for him because nothing has ever gone right for that poor guy. And then that happens. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. When they told me that.
Yeah.
So
I
anyway,
think I still have a picture from that place. Your, mine, and Trent's name on a piece of cardboard.
no, that was Rapid Packaging.
Old Man Pete you're talking about?
At SP Richards.
Oh. Yeah, the guy at Rapid Pack had it too.
Yeah, Marty. He died from it already, I think. There's just there's just like I said, there's a handful of names that come up, and I'm shocked. There's another one, but I'm not going to mention it here because of reasons. But you can ask me later.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that.
That's a scary thing, because it's like, like cancer. I mean, if it's an inoperable cancer or something, that's scary shit, man.
It's a death sentence.
Yeah, yeah. But what would you do if you knew? Would you go out in a blaze of glory? I'd have a hard time not going out in a blaze of glory, I think.
I'd do some things differently.
What are they going to do?
Still good. I said, well, I still could.
Right. But what are people going to do?
Put a PA system on your mud truck and do burnouts around the White House with your next Kamala Harris, who's talking about running again. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you.
America. Fuck yeah. Dude.
We know you like Kamala.
Well, I don't even know, man. I would try a lot of things before the end. I've never done coke. I'd try it. What have I got to lose?
Hey, maybe it'll cure you.
Yeah, well.
What are you gonna try drinking?
God, that sounds like a fucking brilliant idea right now.
Oh, you haven't mixed one yet?
Not yet.
Wow, you feeling okay?
No, matter of fact, I'm not. But that's another story.
Yeah, there's a lot of those diseases that you kind of get iffy about. What a way to go out, feeling your body deteriorate and not work correctly anymore. Not what you're looking at. Both.
I think I'm going to go with Devil's Cut. Go out in a blaze of glory. Here we go. This is a pretty good step in the right direction right here, boys.
Oh, let's see. Here you go.
You smell that?
Your daddy D.
Oh, that shit is fucking. Oh yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. What do we got? Brother. This is
People ingest that shit?
90 proof. You smell it? Go ahead.
That's fine.
Okay.
45%. That's not that bad.
No, but
I don't think the alcohol content's that bad. The smell is fucking nasty.
No way.
What? No way.
No way. You want to taste it?
No, I'm good.
Taste it with pop.
No, I'm
It's
good.
real buttery.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, try that.
That's only 80 proof.
Yeah, it's like water.
Yeah.
Take a big swig like water.
Actually, that is pretty smooth stuff.
It is.
But
I think that's the same shit CJ had at one time.
What?
Glenlivet.
Oh, fuck no.
Scotch always tastes better than it smells.
you gotta let it breathe a little bit. That's the problem.
We have a very corrupt country.
You think they can
$42
make
million for Johns Hopkins, great place to research and drive social and behavior change in Uganda. $20 million for fiscal federalism in Nepal. $19 million for biodiversity conservation in Nepal. $1.5 million for voter confidence. We want to give them confidence. In Liberia, $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $2.5 million for inclusive democracies in South Africa. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $486 million to the Consortium for Elections and Political Process Strengthening, including $22 million for inclusive and participatory political process in Moldova, and $21 million for voter turnout in India, $2.3 million for strengthening independent voices in Cambodia, $32 million to the Prague Civil Society Center, $10 million for Mozambique voluntary medical male circumcisions. $10 million for circumcisions in another country. $9.7 million for UC Berkeley to develop a cohort of Cambodian youth with enterprise-driven skills. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. $25 million to promote biodiversity, conservation, and promote licit livelihoods by developing socially responsible behavior in the country of Colombia. Well, that's nice. $25 million going to Colombia. $520 million for a consultant on the environment.
That's just dropping the bucket for what Doge has been doing.
Paying for somebody else's circumcisions. I heard the Jews will do it for the tips.
But yeah, the amount of money that we're hemorrhaging, and people are upset that they're digging up and cutting all these expenses
on our own soil, like the two I pointed out over next door here. A subscription to a magazine or a newspaper, we're paying for the taxpayers are paying for a subscription to a newspaper in an office.
a couple different newspapers.
$50,000 for a subscription a year to a couple offices. But why are we paying for basically a magazine subscription?
Well, hold on.
For one,
the ones that they're subscribed to is WAPO, left. Politico, left. Probably CNN, left.
Exactly. So whether you're left leaning or right leaning, you shouldn't be paying for that fucking subscription.
These people make $250,000+ a year base salary. I think they can afford their own subscriptions. Simple as that. They can afford their own subscriptions.
Sidebar. Got that couch for sale on Facebook. This girl's messaging me, and I'm like, okay, tomorrow's fine. I told her tomorrow's be better.
Can I bring a black light to check?
No.
You should.
She's from where? Hold on. Alma or something?
Alma?
Yeah, I think she's from Alma. Alma, Mount Pleasant. Anyway, Besser gave her the address. She goes, yeah, I recognize the garage in the background. You're the skeleton house. Are you kidding me? That's exactly. She goes, yes, you're the skeleton house. I recognize your garage in the profile picture.
That reminds me. Dude. So I had that pull-out couch a while when I moved into the house. It was kind of left over.
Mm-hmm.
And I was offering that thing free. Just come get it.
Yeah.
Oh, I've learned, don't list anything for free. Because all I got was, will you deliver? No.
What?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, absolutely. Deliver? I will for $400.
Just people want astronomical stuff. Deliver it to me. At least meet me halfway. No, it is free.
Yeah, you come. I'm not meeting you in town. I'm not doing any of that bullshit.
No, I have.
I'll help you load it. That's as far as that goes. What time?
Noon.
I'll take a break.
I was gonna say, I have delivered plenty of stuff off of Facebook Marketplace, but it took a little bit of coercion. Last thing I delivered, guy paid me $250 delivery fee.
Right.
But he also spent freaking $2,200 plus $250 delivery fee. So he gave me he gave me $300 delivery fee. He gave me $2,500 for what I delivered.
You made good money on that.
Okay.
You made a lot of money on that.
But I'm offering a free couch.
Exactly.
Couch.
Nope. Free just went up to $100, and that's within 10 miles. You get out to 20 miles, $200. Every 10 miles on top of that, it's another $100.
I'm with you.
My truck does not run on fucking unicorn piss and stripper glitter.
I should probably.
My truck, probably the same as yours, is outrageously thirsty.
Yes. I bet mine's more thirsty than yours.
I don't know.
Mine averages right now in the wintertime about 9 miles a gallon.
I'm afraid to look at mine.
You guys want to talk?
Turkey?
Yeah. I don't even know what my. Actually, Mikey was asking me what my truck gets for mileage, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm plowing with it right now, so probably 2. That's probably a legit number. But anyway, back to the couch thing. What do you think of my new casting couch? Because when I look over there and see that black pleather,
that black sheen,
dude, that thing's like a big ass.
Where'd you get that?
Saved big money.
Huh?
At Menards. No, I did not save money. I did get a $200 rebate on it. But
okay, have any of us 3 actually saved any sort of money at Menards?
Fuck, right? On those 2x4s, the $2 2x4s is a good deal. That's a good deal.
Over the years, I have saved a shit ton of money at Menards. I have.
And then you spent it on something else at Menards.
And you're right.
Well, the rebates. The rebate system for them was the greatest invention ever because that's the self-marketing.
To buy it, but a lot of people don't turn into rebates. But then again, you also get people like me that when it's free after rebate or they pay me $1 to take it after rebate. I went in there one time and I bought $700 worth of freaking alcohol,
sanitizers,
wipes and other shit. And they turned around and gave me the $700 back, plus another $1 per container on top of that back. So I ended up with like an $1,100 freaking rebate. So I made all my $700 back, plus another $400. And I turned around and bought a brand new Z-Grill pellet grill that was on freaking super sale. That it was on sale for $150 off, and then that had like a $50 freaking mail-in rebate on top of that or some shit on it. So I paid for that with the excess money because it ended up only being like $250. And then I got a rebate back on that, and then I spent that. So yeah, I have saved. But I've also spent on stupid, needless shit from Menards, too. So, to say I've saved a lot, I guess that is whatever, because I have bought a lot of shit that I don't fucking need.
I'll be honest, like, there's some... This Menards is not the cheapest place to go. Usually Home Depot and GR Lansing is cheaper on some stuff.
Really?
However, the fuel to get there makes it so it's cheaper to just go here.
I mean, with our trucks, yeah. With our trucks averaging 10 mile a gallon tops on a freaking good day going downhill with a backwind. Yeah, this Menards, by the time we drive somewhere, yep, it's not worth it to take our freaking trucks.
I was going to say, our trucks downhill with a backwind bump drafting the beast. After watching the beast drive around that NASCAR track, all I could think is some NASCAR driver really wants to bump draft the beast. You saw that video, right?
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine just a NASCAR getting in behind them and just nudging them along?
I watched like the lineup of the names coming across the screen. Where was it? Oh, the bowling alley.
Any of them, did you?
No, I think I said that once on here.
Wasn't Cletus McFarland in that race?
Yeah.
ARCA race.
No,
He was on
ARCA
ARCA.
race. He was in the ARCA race. His interview was awesome.
NASCAR, the Cup Series, needs Cletus McFarland in that. If they want to survive, because, like I just said, I didn't recognize a single name. I don't give a shit about NASCAR anymore.
They got Kyle Busch. All he did was freaking bitch for the next freaking 4 days after the race about the wreck and how he got screwed and all that shit. And it's like, dude, quit fucking whining.
I guess I'll start sending them to you, but all of a sudden I've been seeing like the greatest hits of Kyle Busch freakouts. different ones. They're pretty good. I mean, he's kind of an asshole.
He is. He's
an asshole.
He's a road driver.
Yeah, he's a wine hall. Yeah, you fucking said it. Yeah, he whines about everything. Yeah.
He has no problem with swearing.
Well, I'm surprised they're not sanctioning him for that. Because aren't everybody listening?
That was freaking.
I think NASCAR's just happy somebody's watching.
At this point, I would be too. NASCAR is a freaking joke anymore. It is freaking a joke. And you know, I watched an interview with Dale Earnhardt, rest his soul, that he said, when did NASCAR die? When they put restrictor plates in.
Yep. So now you can't
Which
push for
was
the edge.
88. They put restrictor plates in, so that's when NASCAR died.
And the new age of when NASCAR died is when Dale died.
I don't know. Tony Stewart was still in it. Tony Stewart's great to watch. Was.
Oh, watching him lose his temper.
He's another one. He did a lot of threatening to beat the hell out of people. I like that. I didn't mind it. I mean,
well, hold on. Maybe the Canadians have a decent idea with NHL where they allow you to do some fighting. Can we bring that to NASCAR? You get to the pits after someone wrecks you out and you just see a fist fight on the track. Come on. I would tune in. It's like NHL. I would tune in to watch the fights. Big wreck, fist fight.
Still one of the best freaking post-race scenes of all time with NASCAR was Bobby Allison and Cal Yarborough.
I don't even remember that far back.
They wrecked on the final lap, and when they got out of their cars, one took their helmet off, started swinging it at the other, and they were duking it out. Cars on fucking fire, everything. And they were duking it out down on a freaking apron.
I remember their names, but I don't remember.
Well, I thought the best scene of NASCAR was Ricky Bobby and the gay Frenchman
running across the finish line.
Well, what about Cole Trickle? How do we forget about him? Cole Trickle and what was the other guy's name? Rowdy Burns. Rowdy Burns. Yeah.
You know they're coming out with freaking. They're talking about
They should.
Days of Thunder 2.
The Top Gun.
They're going to be a third one.
Third Top Gun?
They're talking about it already.
The second one was great. I thought it was great.
At this point, we're just bringing back old ideas and trying to get some sort of money out of it.
You're right. But I thought they did a great job with that Top Gun 2, whatever it was.
But now, the original Days of Thunder was based on a true story. Tim Richmond.
Ooh, that's getting a little juicy back there.
In the 80s. He was a wild child and ended up contracting HIV/AIDS. Died from it, but he had lost the championship, and it was down to the last race for, I don't know, the 1984 Winston Cup Championship, and they said that he was going to be the guy to win it in 85, and he died in 85. But I think even Earnhardt said that, yep, he's going to win it.
NASCAR needs to recognize the golden goose, Cletus McFarland. Yeah, brother. They need that payoff if they want to survive. Nobody gives a fuck about that anymore.
Have you noticed that all motorsports in general, especially the more safety rules they add, the more boring they get?
Yeah.
F1, all the cars are the same. They're restricted on how much they can do with them anymore. So nobody can pass anybody. You're just following in a pack.
Yep.
NASCAR, the cars are the same with different stickers on them. The horsepower is limited. Everything is restricted on it. Congratulations, you need someone to mess up for you to pass. Let people maybe slip some stuff in once in a while.
Well, you know why they did the restrictor plates, right? To
200 mile an hour.
To lower speeds for less wrecks. to make everything relatively the same.
And now
so now
everyone's
you
bunched
bunch
up.
them the fuck up, run them 4 wide, coming into the freaking turns.
All that turbulent air pushing them all over the place.
And now you have 27 cars out of a field of 50 wrecking because you squeeze them together.
I watch NASCAR. If I do watch it, I don't watch it for the boring. I watch it for them bunching up together and crashing. That's exciting. I watch action movies. I like action movies more than Hallmark movies because I like the...
Look, I want to see one guy out of the pack
Action.
who's got a little bit more oomph in his engine trying to lap everybody else, but he's stuck at the back of the pack and he's got to fight his way through. I want to see him have to work to get that one lap up.
I want teams to cheat more.
Bring back cheating.
Bring back cheating. Make cheating great again. NASCAR cheating.
But then they freaking... Yeah.
Well,
you get back to that, you lose your sponsorship, you get fined so much because NASCAR and all this shit, and then you get freaking runs, and there's so much freaking social media coverage and all that shit that you go down in hell and you're disbarred from racing ever again if you get caught doing it.
What was that one? I don't remember the NASCAR driver, but he had like a 1 inch or 2 inch fuel line.
That was Cole Trickle.
And they took the tank out.
Nope, that
Smokey
was
Unick.
That was Smokey Unick.
Smokey Unick.
Or was it
Grumpy Jenkins? No, Smokey.
No.
It was Smokey. Smokey had a basketball in there, and they,
No.
Smokey Unick.
It took it out in Daytona or whatever.
Had like a 2 inch fuel line, and they bitched at him about something, like DQ'd him from the race.
Yep.
And he was like, "Fuck you!" Hopped in, started the engine, and drove away with no fuel tank in the vehicle.
It still went like quite a ways.
He made it back to his
that was Smokey.
shop or some shit with the fuel with the fuel that was in the freaking line.
Yeah, that was Smokey.
No, I remember that freaking story. But again,
that's a drink.
Let's go with that. Allow cheating, okay? But we're all against cheating for the simple fact is.
Makes it unfair advantage.
What the hell? The freaking chick that Moody likes that was the male swimmer turned female and got gold medal and all that shit. That's just cheating. So we're going to say that in auto racing but not in swimming?
Well, hold on. In auto racing, is it really cheating or is it innovating?
And I'll give you that. But she...
Okay.
Whatever, innovated. I'm not.
So the constant bump drafting that NASCAR does, give them proverbial glass jaw bumpers, front and rear. Make them fucking shatter if they get hit. Make the front end shatter. That way, they all that aerodynamics that they rely on so much, they won't hit each other. It'll hold up to 180 mile an hour speeds, but if you hit anything with it, if you so much as bump anything, your bumper's gone.
Well, I think in
something like that.
Pardon my French. I think right now, in the past freaking 35 years.
God, you're getting old, son.
I was thinking.
We're literally racing.
We can tell by all that gray hair on your head, because at the moment your hat does not exist.
We're raising a bunch of pussies.
Oh yeah.
And it's. When we were in school, you cheated, you got your fucking teeth knocked out.
Yeah, but NASCAR would definitely benefit from more fist fights on the track.
But again, now,
again, I watch it for the
action.
action.
On social media and run your name through the freaking news and slander and all that. No, go out there on the freaking Daytona freaking painted grass.
If I could see pit crews getting into fistfights with each other, that'd be fun to watch too.
You know where they always paint that big NASCAR or Daytona in the grass, like you're just saying?
Yeah.
Let's put up a boxing ring, an octagon, or something. Anybody gets in a wreck, and you guys really want to duke it out, You're going to take all that shit off. You're going to put on some shorts, and you're going in there with gloves on. That'd be awesome. More women racing. Like Danica Patrick, she was okay. Let's put a bunch of Asian... You know what? What is there, 43 drivers? Let's put 6 Asian women out there to really mix it up. Can you imagine how fucking hilarious that'd be?
Dude.
Put an elderly guy in there with his blinker on all the way around the track the whole fucking time. Yeah, come on. I mean, break it up.
Yeah. Just have a pace car on the track the entire time. People have to drive around. Some geriatric.
Dude.
I can't
Now
find
let's
the
get
exit.
interesting. This is going to be fun.
NASCAR, hire us. We'll make it better.
But Cletus McFarland would be a... I think they might have learned a lesson with his exit interview, as Trigger was saying.
Don't
It was
interview
great.
him.
It was great. My bald eagles were out there ripping around the track, and they ripped the front end off my hot rod. And yeah, I mean, he's a fucking hillbilly, but it's he's awesome.
I bet his interview, just one video, I bet had freaking 100 million freaking views,
Dude,
200 million
oh
views.
yeah, all day.
It's
all
freaking
day.
awesome. Just in...
Hell yeah, brother.
You know, I'm not going to say anything different. He ain't much different than Whistling Diesel.
Oh no, I could watch
Just-
Cletus. I would much prefer to watch Cletus
Yes,
than
very much so.
Whistling Diesel likes to destroy stuff, and he's great.
Don't get me wrong.
I don't think I've
Cletus
ever.
likes to destroy shit, too.
I don't think I've ever finished a Whistling Diesel video because it's just like, all right, this kid's the same over and over.
But I could watch Cletus.
His interviews, beginning, after wreck, after the race, whatever, is going to make. Mark our words here on the Liberty and Lead / SmashCastBros. He's going to be in NASCAR at some point or another because NASCAR is going to realize what kind of a golden goose he is. A proverbial dollar maker. And they're going to go, yeah, we'll give you whatever you want. You want your own car? We'll pay for your own fucking car, whatever. Hell yeah, brother.
So, kind of changing gears. You guys know the requirements to host an NFL game in your city?
I have no idea.
Someone leaked it.
I mean, a stadium.
Well, hold on. A city leaked what the demands are. It's not
For a
a
Super
requirement.
Bowl or
Parking
just an
and-
NFL
and-
game?
Super Bowl.
Okay.
Oh, Super Bowl. Okay.
Yeah. So, the host stadium must be in a market that hosts an NFL team. The host stadium must have a minimum of 70,000 seats, which pretty big stadium. Host stadium must have specific media and electrical amenities. Big power. Big internet. Host stadium must have an average game day temperature of at least 50 degrees. If the temperature is below this, the stadium must have a domed roof or receive a waiver from the league. The host stadium must have at least 35,000 parking spaces within 1 mile of the stadium.
I get that.
The host stadium must have a practice space of equal and comparable quality for both teams within a 20-minute drive of the team's hotels. So you need, 3 stadiums basically? Host stadium must have hotel spaces equaling 35% of the stadium's capacity within 1 hour's drive of the stadium.
That's for the audience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Host stadium must have space for the entire NFL game day experience, including a large pregame entertainment area and space for all other events that take place during Super Bowl week at areas such as golf courses and bowling alleys. But on top of all of that, the NFL gets sole profit rights from the stadium. You don't get anything. What you get is the people flocking to your city and buying stuff at your local restaurants.
Hotels, restaurants, knickknacks.
Well, not all hotels, because the city has to provide free hotels for all the NFL staff and guests. Everyone that NFL
How many viable locations are available across the nation of United States?
LA, New York, the big ones.
Okay. that have the stadium space. There's only going to be so many, right?
The
It's going to be
excess capital is the big part.
I was going to say, to be honest, I think there's only 3 NFL teams that have never hosted a Super Bowl in their stadiums.
It costs a fortune to be able to host the Super Bowl.
right, because the NFL is not going to put out a single nickel. All they're going to do is eat the profit.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's dirty.
That's the NFL.
I don't watch football. I mean, I know teams a little. I
It
know.
was in New Orleans this year. It's in LA next year.
Yep.
Or San Francisco next year.
LA.
I can throw a perfect spiral.
Right where the fires coincidentally were.
Yeah, they got to bring income back to it now.
Right.
But was it last year? Was in Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. But again, if they're requiring 35,000 parking spots
Within a mile.
You don't have that in Vegas.
No, that you do. You count them all, and you set them all aside.
Because most of your hotels on the Strip don't have parking at all.
I'm sure there's underground garages somewhere.
They're going to count
everything.
I feel like Vegas could do it. Fucking throw them in the desert.
But, I mean,
that is one big parking lot.
But again, now they have the hotels, but I don't see.
It was the Tropicana they just knocked down, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I think Tropicana's there.
Either
They
way,
just knocked down Mirage.
I think you knocked them both. Anyway.
Either way, the requirements for it is just outrageous. I don't understand how anyone could want that in their city with the NFL basically profiting solely off of it.
Yeah, that's the hang up I got. What's the city gonna get? What's
tax revenue?
Say Ionia is some big metropolis, and we have. But what does Ionia get if NFL shows up? We have a title.
People walking around our freaking city.
You get 35,000 people showing up and buying
70,000
so
because 70,000 seats, 35,000 parking spots.
You get them showing up and buying stuff, so you get tax revenue.
All
That's
right.
all.
But even that, like I said, I'm very limited to what I know about football. I know Finkel is Einhorn. That's the end.
Either way,
what?
It's just outrageously expensive for.
And all these companies have to pay the NFL to air their commercial for
millions
$50 million, $100 million per commercial. They pay the NFL. The NFL is the one that benefits from all the commercial.
If you want the Super
Ad
Bowl,
revenue's got to be the biggest part of it, right?
Guarantee that pays for a big spot, but look at New Orleans.
How the fuck do we end up on these?
Your average freaking seat, day of the freaking game, out in the parking lot, was $5,500. Okay, that was up in the nosebleeds. If you got freaking field side, you're looking at $65,000 to $85,000 per ticket.
Hey, just nosebleed cost for 70,000 seats is $385 million. Just nosebleed cost.
And the stadium and the city doesn't make that. That's the NFL makes that.
Yeah.
That's
Owner of the stadium.
What's the NFL worth?
Billions.
It's got to be, dude. Now, since it's what we do with this podcast, people are bitching because Trump went to the Daytona 500. He went to the Super Bowl.
NFL is worth $289 billion.
Brother. Holy shit, dude. Back to the Trump. People are bitching because they think he's spending our tax dollars on going to. Do you think he is? Do you think he is? Okay.
Who paid for the Beast to go to Daytona?
The fuel in it or getting trucked there? Yeah, I'm sure we did.
The flight. Who paid for the flight? Air Force One. U.S. government.
Well, two
Who paid
flights
for the
for
flight
the
to
Air
go to
Force
freaking. And not to mention, don't they haul the Beast in the belly of the freaking Air Force One?
No, they put it on a cargo jet.
Okay, so that's 2 planes per trip. 2 planes to freaking New Orleans. 2 planes to freaking Daytona.
So Amy posted.
So yes,
something
they are
here.
using
Well, no,
government funding.
There's 2 flights for Air Force One because it flew over the stadium.
Oh,
You saw that
I
video?
thought that was him entering. Like he wanted to fly over the stadium and then.
It might have been,
drive
but
in.
he would have gotten from the airport to the stadium real quick in the Beast. And I was seeing somewhere someone was claiming that it only does 60 miles an hour. The Beast
No
only
way.
does 60.
It's got to go. It's got to get out of danger.
It's like 20,000 pounds.
I get that, but
And yeah, it's
And
a.
it's Duramax power.
I was gonna
so
say
it
it's
probably ain't gonna
it's
go that
GM. That's got to be at least triple that number.
But
no,
either way.
it's Zuzu power.
All right, I don't know.
Am I going to say he's spending tax dollars? Yes, he is.
Well, when he went to the NFL game,
Well, the left
Super
are having
Bowl-
a fucking huge meltdown over it. So
when he went to the Super Bowl, he had to fund a good chunk of that out of his own pocket because he had to pay for all the extra security so he could be there, all the extra equipment to scan the stadium for explosives. He had to pay out of pocket because he wanted to go to it.
Take it out of his $485,000 a year salary.
yeah,
No, he
yes.
spent a couple million out of his own pocket to go to the Super Bowl. It was like $4 million he had to pay just to go. Out of his own pocket, he had to pay.
And by all means, if he wants to go to the freaking Super Bowl, sitting president or not, if he wants to go to the fucking Super Bowl, he can go to the Super Bowl. If he wants to go to the Daytona, sitting president or not, let him go to the Daytona. It's a fucking free country.
Amen, brother. As you say that, any three of us could go to any of those things.
If I wanted to spend $6,000 to sit in the nosebleeds,
That ain't happening. I don't give a shit about the football,
hey, you know what I can do instead?
but
Drink cheap beer and watch it on the TV.
Is there only the two options, or is there a C option?
for what? The two locations, there or here?
Either the Super Bowl or the Daytona 500. Is
Oh.
there a C option, like, just
Top
save
deal.
my money and stay the fuck home because I don't give a shit?
I can watch it from the mud bog.
I mean,
Put his phone
truthfully,
on the dash.
I don't care to go and watch
Oh,
either
no.
one in person. I'm not going to spend my money to go see something.
No.
I'd
It
rather go to the freak strip club.
sitting in a chair and watching that is only part of the experience. The walking around, backstage, outside, infield, whatever you're talking for, let's call it NASCAR. The whole experience of going and seeing and the T-shirts, the knickknacks, the infield, the drunken fest. And
30 years ago, when there was actually decent drivers, I would have went and watched NASCAR without a problem. Now,
Okay, hold
It's
on.
definitely changed. I think it's the marketability of who they have. Again, the Jeff Gordon, the Dale Earnhardt,
that and again, if I knew now, or knew then what I know now, they took the cigarette commercials and cigarette and the freaking beer and all that shit all out of the
it used to be Winston Cup. That became illegal.
Nope.
Can't do that.
all the advertising and sponsorship. No, you have literally castrated NASCAR to go with the new woke bullshit.
You think? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't watched it, so
Okay, hold on. Would you spend money to go see the 24-hour Le Mans if they bring Garage 56 back?
he don't know.
I have
Do you
no
know?
idea what Garage 56 is.
It was the Camaro that went to the last one.
Yeah.
The NASCAR Camaro.
It was pretty badass.
To be honest,
You hear all these like flat plane V8s go by, and then in
If
the
I-
distance you can hear the roar of a cross plane V8 as that Camaro comes into sight.
Bald Eagle LS coming hauling ass around the corner,
If I
and
had
it was twice
somewhere-
as wide as the fucking car.
if I had somewhere comfortable to sit, I would freaking sure as hell watch 24 Hours of Le Mans or the 24 Hours of Daytona they used to run. I would much rather do that.
24-hour Le Mans is more of a check-in kind of thing for me.
That's the start lineup. Can you tell which one's the NASCAR?
Yeah, the one with the grill is above the freaking roof of the rest.
Yes, it is a monster compared.
But you got all these flat planes just humming along down the road, and that cross plane V8 in the American.
90 degree LS.
That being said, though, somewhat similar. The Cadillac, I think it's a Le Mans car. It takes off on electric.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Just sounds like the doors of hell have opened up.
And not just opened up, but like fucking slammed open.
But again, you know, back when, I don't even know, do they still do 24 hours of Daytona?
I think they do.
I don't know, dude. Yeah. I don't know.
If they still did that, I would.
And it was a road course style. It wasn't just circle or oval, whatever you want to call it. I think it was.
Well, back in the, I don't know, 60s, they ran the Daytona Oval.
Maybe. I don't think they do anymore.
But again, I would definitely be more interested in 24 hours Le Mans, 24 hours Daytona, whatever, way more than I would be interested in a NASCAR race or the Super Bowl or the World Series or the Stanley Cup, any of that.
It's like the T-shirt, man. Racing, because it requires 2 balls.
And you know, it used to be that I was so big into monster trucks that I wanted to frickin' watch monster trucks. But again, that is corporatized every frickin' thing, because the World Championship is always out to Vegas. It's always the same 5 trucks that are in the top.
You ain't alone.
And they're all owned by the same damn company. No.
24 hours of Daytona is still a thing.
But
if you go back in time to
it's gotten
the
so
90s,
boring.
Yeah.
I was big on the monster trucks as well. I still kind of, I like watching them. But who was I talking to? I think it was Rosie or McCall. Monster trucks are great. Do yourself a huge favor and never, ever, ever watch them at Van Andel Arena.
That sucks.
That is the biggest waste of entertainment you've ever endured.
Slap wheelie, hit the brakes. Crush a car, hit the brakes.
Yeah.
They can't do nothing. There's not enough room. Van Andel Arena
I'd rather
is
watch.
fucking tiny.
I own your free fare monster
Yeah,
trucks.
very
Even
much so.
even the
Lesser grade monster trucks.
what do they call them? B's. There's A celebrities and B celebrities. Class B monster trucks. I own your free fare are more entertaining than the Class A's. Yeah. I don't know how else do I put that. I don't know.
NASCAR Winston Cup, because I continue to call it that, and I will until the day
What was it
I'm
after
dead.
that? It was something else.
Nextel Cup.
Then it was something else.
Sprint Cup.
The company that bought Nextel.
What is it now? I don't even know.
Camping World or some shit.
Dude, I don't. That's
No,
how
the
little I
Camping
care.
World was what Busch
Arca.
Series turned into.
Arca, no. Like, I don't know. I don't even know. Again, give me somebody that's entertaining to watch. What?
Same goes
they
for
had
professional
their their opportunity with the guy that raced across the wall.
Yes.
The wall
If he wasn't rubbing the door, that dude would have been like this.
Christensen?
You might be on something.
Christensen, I think was that.
Yeah, it was a long last name.
Yeah, and all he said was, "Oh, it used to
always
work on the
wanted to try
GameCube.
that.
Worked on the GameCube when I was a kid. I had nothing else to lose."
Right. That was
And
his
that
key
made
to
it-
getting into the
made it into the freaking top playoff. The freaking
the 10
whatever
spot
he made the
playoff
transition.
Yeah, to the freaking
cut off. I don't even know.
Like
freaking
whatever it was.
Yeah.
I don't follow NASCAR.
Dude, I don't. Now I'm drawing a blank. Fuck, I don't
Because they made it so fucking complicated. You used to race until the fucking end of the year. To what point
Yeah.
you had, and that's not halfway through the year. Oh, you're still in the runnings for the cup. Oh, if you make it to this race and place here, you. Oh, well,
But what does that mean for the rest
10
of them?
races left, you're out of the cup.
11 through 40, whatever. 11 through 40, the rest of them, what's the point of even going at that point? Just let the 10 race for, what is it, 10 races at the end? 10 for 10?
I don't know,
I don't know.
because they made it so freaking stupid now. Again, I don't watch it. I refuse to watch their stupidity.
And that's what, when all that went down, when they first started that, all the racers were They're like, we don't want to do this shit, but that was NASCAR's idea. But it's still, they're still doing it. But again, what from 11 to 40, what do they gain? Information for racing? Big fucking.
They
gotta get paid.
They still get money for laps completed, where they place,
Their marketing,
sponsorship, credibility, all that shit. But it's still okay. But to be honest, you get better sponsorship. Okay, you see the first 10 cars up there battling it out. They're battling it out for the rest. Oh, I would fucking hammer down, follow the wall, and take out the first 10 people in every freaking race. Fuck you
Liberty
guys.
and Lead's gonna sponsor a car. Let me tell you something, son. If you don't make it in the top 10 playoff in the end, we're not sponsoring you next year. Right?
No.
Yeah, I'm
No,
sorry.
If we were gonna sponsor a car, it'd be the last guy in the pack, and I say, I don't care about the car. I want you to wreck the front half of the field.
Exactly. I would go out there just the last 10 races for the 10 leaders. I would go out there. I would just fucking play bumper cars.
I would turn around and go the wrong way. Oh shit.
Yeah, back it down and sit on the start-finish line, or get up to the start-finish line as everybody's coming up behind you, and just start whipping nuts in the middle of traffic. Right on the start-finish line.
We'd be over pretty quick. They'd be kicking our asses out.
But again, would they? I mean, if now we're getting more money because more people are like, let's sponsor them guys.
This is what I want to see. Yeah.
This is the redneck freaking honky shit that we want to see.
Right. God, I don't know, man.
Alright, well, we should take a break.
Take a break. I got a whiz and...
Break or maybe more, we'll talk.
Yeah, alright. Send it.
Here's those that wish us well.
All the rest can go to hell.
Alright.
See ya.